There's like a dark humor and a grieving at the same time. I guess it's like one way to deal with like the grief. It's like make jokes about it. I'm Liz Toohey-Wiese, and I'm an artist and an educator in Vancouver, and I teach fine arts, drawing and painting at Kwantlen Polytechnic University.
I'm Amory, visual artist, writer, and professor of illustration at Emily Carr University. And together we co-produce a project called Fire Season.
We call it like an artist anthology about wildfire. And we've also talked about it as like a form of collective sense making. So it's like not pointing fingers, we don't have solutions. It's just artists sort of trying to make sense of what's going on, like the increased sort of prevalence and severity of wildfires, like mostly from the west coast of Canada and the States, but we've had contributors from Europe and South Africa and other places in the world too that are affected by wildfire.
It becomes a sort of container for a lot of emotional states that we in the West have grown really uncomfortable with.
Yeah, totally.
Right? Like the thought of dying, thought of losing our commodities. We see all of these things as sort of bad emotional states, things to not allow ourselves to feel in order to still feel like we're in control. And wildfire somehow opens up all of these doors to these like thinking about subjects that are really uncomfortable for people in the West to face.
It's like a wake. It's like celebratory and grief-stricken. Fire has to come back onto the landscape. That's like one of the solutions. And I think that maybe our art and the artists in the book can maybe do for the public is to get them used to this idea of like getting more comfortable with fire or changing their opinions about it or not seeing it as this like purely bad thing. So I think that's one thing we could be helping doing with the book project and with our own art practices too.
I feel like we are incapable of finding a solution, but we are capable of listening.
Scientists have kind of done their job. Like we have the research, we have, the earth is going to warm in the next 50 years. And I think numbers do very little to move people. It's too abstract. Like what does 2 degrees of warming mean? I don't know. I don't know. But I think that humans are a very like story-based species. So we kind of need stories about fire. And I think stories is maybe what is going to change. The stories are going to change the story.
Yeah, we need to start telling new stories about how wildfire is lived with and what it can mean for us and what good can come of it.
Yeah.